You know, life is not about where you are. Life is about your experiences. And life happens wherever you are. I have spent the entire last 2 years thinking that my life wasn't happening because of where I'm at and that I'm not where I want to be. Really, I knew it was happening. I just saw it as being wasted. And that's just not the case. I am having experiences. They might not be the ones I was wanting to have, but nonetheless, I am having them. And it is shaping me and it is shaping my life. And that could be for the better or the worse. That's honestly very entirely subjective. Entirely. But it's interesting because, sure, I would have loved to have been in a big city. I wanted to live in Florida all this time, where, yes, I probably would have had a huge friend group or multiple. Selection to way more women, beautiful weather, lots to do, all these things. I know this. It makes me sad to think about that I didn't have all that. But, and I think, oh, but I've only gotten older, and now by the time I get there, I'm going to be older. I'm not going to be in this prime age I wanted to be in, which was like 23 to my late 20s. Now I'm going to get there near my late 20s and not have that whole stretch to be there to do all that. And you might say, oh, boo hoo. Or you might say, yeah, dude, that just really sucks. You lost time. You're never going to get it back. Who knows what someone else's read on, or perspective on that would be. That's, again, completely subjective. But I still was having life. And I still had experiences. And some of them were positive, very positive. And I never was fully happy in a lot of these times because I'm not where I want to be and I'm worried about my injuries. But truthfully, there are beautiful moments still happening that I'm going to look back at and I'm going to miss. Like, for example, and maybe this is a rare exception because it's a important day with my family, but I could argue that most of the time with my family is important. We just don't really do enough memorable things together, which is a shame. But spending time together nonetheless, very important. Like today was my grandma's 84th birthday, and I went and got her flowers. She was so happy when I put them in her hand. You know, her face just lit up. It's just smile ear to ear. She was ecstatic. She went and got a vase immediately, put them in water. She probably talked about them for an hour, right? And then we went and got dinner as a family with my dad and my brother, and we all sat around and talked, and you know, it was just a nice time. And we had a birthday cake together. Everybody laughed. We all smiled and had fun. Nobody was trying to make it perfect. Nobody has this nervous need to make anything perfect. It just was. We're just having an experience and sharing good time together with people that matter, that you love, that you care about. Meaningful experience. And you know what? I used to always say it's the people that you spend your time with that matter the most. Truthfully, you can have meaningful experiences with anyone. I mean, with my family is certainly the most important, or certainly some of, if not the very, I would say, at this point in my life. Those are certainly, I'm saying that word a lot, certainly. Uh, but they are certainly some of the most meaningful experiences I'm having. To me and how I rank value. But nonetheless, you can have a meaningful experience with a complete stranger in a place you've been a million times. And it seems most of us live our lives being in places that we've been a million times, which is my experience here. Going out in the same college town about an hour away every weekend for years that I've been going to since I was a kid. It's not the life I thought I would have, but nonetheless, I'm having a meaningful experience for myself as a person here. Is it the one I wanted to have? Hell no. Hell no. But that's not my point. My point is, life happens everywhere. There are beautiful moments everywhere, no matter if it's going the way you wanted it to or not. And when I look back, what am I going to want back more in the future? Going to a new place for the first time, you know, some exciting foreign place, Paris or Thailand or Italy or whatever, New York City, whatever it might be? Or am I going to want that time back with my grandma, with my family, when everyone's the age we are right now, the way we are right now? One is something you're going to think about in a much more heartfelt way that's more meaningful. The others are something you're also probably going to say, wow, that was amazing, and think about it a lot. But I guess my point is, at the end of the day, one means a lot more. One means a lot more. And it doesn't, not to say you can't still travel and do things. I certainly am. That's my plan. But I guess my point is that not everything has to have been wasted. It doesn't have to have been wasted. It was just spent having some experiences that I wasn't really ready for, didn't really want, wasn't anticipating, and they happened, and they've molded me. And I'm certainly a stronger person in a lot of ways from them. And I had some good ones in there, and they're certainly memorable. And I've learned some hard lessons about, hopefully, about not wasting time so much anymore. So it's very late. I'm just kind of rambling. It's 3 in the morning, but yeah, life took a turn. These fingers are numb right now. Life took a turn, but you know what? That is what life is. That is what life is. Unexpected twists and turns. That is what life quite literally is. I guess what I'm saying is, these meaningful experiences, they're going to happen to you everywhere. And they can happen to you anywhere in your life. Even if you're in a place that you think is the worst place you could possibly be, the most meaningful thing that's ever happened to you in your life can very well happen to you there. In a place you've been a million times, in a place you hate, with people you don't know or with people you know very well. Because you just never know. The more I play with my hair, the worse it looks. All right. I don't know if my wisdom is going to stick or not, but I certainly had something to say there. And you don't have to go to the most exciting place in the world to have an exciting, or not even exciting, but meaningful experience. That's really my point. Going to exciting places is very cool and exciting, but you don't need to do that just to have meaningful experiences, when the more meaningful experiences can happen right where you are, right at home, right in your boring old little town, with people you love, or just with whoever's around you. Because you just never know what's going to happen. Life can happen. Well, life does happen everywhere. And it will always surprise you.